Well, it feels like forever, but Super Mario Maker has finally come out. I picked it up on the way home from work yesterday, and I've been having a lot of fun with it ever since. I decided to record my first time out trying to make a level, and the first goal that I had when I was making this stage is to figure out what exactly Mario's limits were in terms of jumping. So, first thing I did was fling him into a pit, and see exactly where he landed. By figuring out what Mario's limitations are, I can find out exactly how far I can push him, and push the player, before things become a little ridiculous. So that's a pretty significant. So in addition to figuring out how far horizontally you can jump, I also want to figure out how high you can jump. And I also want to add in just a little bit more in terms of floor, because it's not, I don't want people to have to be that frame perfect on the very first jump of a stage. That's a little ridiculous. So we've seen just about how high Mario can get, so I'm going to go ahead and put a pipe here. And since we're going to go ahead and put another platform in the middle, I'm going to get rid of that last stray bit of ground from before. There we go. Good. And I'm going to go ahead and put coins on there as well. Coins are useful for leading a player to do what you want them to do in the stage. If I want them to take off from a certain point, land, and then take off again, or if you're feeling super spicy, I guess you could try to jump over the whole thing. And also, I don't really think that the Mario level is complete without at least one question mark block. So let's go ahead and give a mushroom out as well. Since this is the very first stage, and I'm kind of just trying to test the jumping physics, I'm not going to put... Well, okay, I don't even know what that mushroom is. It's kind of horrendous. But, right. I was going to say I'm not going to put any enemies in here. And that bar at the end after the coins, I wound up deciding that I kind of don't want you to jump the whole pipe. In retrospect, probably should have taken out and allowed the jumping over the whole pipe. But I wanted to put that there to encourage both landing on the pipe and making a second jump, but also to give you kind of another launch point if you really want to. It's kind of a trap that way. You can't get up enough running speed on one block, as far as I know. This is a very short stage. It's just the basic stage size that you're given when you start the game out. But I want to have an element of choice. So what I'm thinking of right now is how to actually end the stage. Because these small stages are really very small. And what I'm going to do is add two paths. I'm going to have an upper path and a lower path. And I'm going to put a different challenge on each of them. For the upper path, I'm going to put down a bunch of coins. There's going to be coins on both paths, but I'm going to put more coins up on the upper path, but it's also going to be harder to complete the stage that way. The lower path will be easier, but have fewer coins. I say easier, but the lower path is going to test that you know that you can run across one square gaps by holding down the run button. And as you can see, I had to add an extra little bit over there on the left to make sure that you can get a running start. Okay, so you get roughly double the coins for taking the top route. That seems reasonable to me. Maybe a few more coins. I'm a very generous person. Sometimes. So here's the challenge. As you can see, I made that over the upper path one tile longer than the lower path. And now what I'm going to do is put offsetting pipes over here, just as soon as I figure out how using the pipes works. Yeah, I don't need that, I just need an upside down pipe. I'm always bad at the rotating stuff, like even if you give me Photoshop at work, I'm really bad at rotating things. And you see the flag there at the end. So what I need to do is extend the pipe. Okay, pipe is extended. I'm assuming that a darker line up on the graph paper is like the limit of what you can see. Go ahead and put some coins on the pipe, since the object here is going to be to land on that lower pipe. And make the overhang really low. So that you'll have to do a bit of a precise jump no matter which way you come from. But by placing the pipe one square to the left and having it offset with the lower pipe, I make it so that it's way easier to make this jump from below, because you know exactly where the takeoff point is, but it's really tricky to do it from above. Because you need to... Well, I mean, the first instinct will be to run straight off, I think. And that won't work. What you'll actually need to do is jump from a further point to the left and kind of thread yourself in there, and the coins should help to indicate where that takeoff point is. So I've gone ahead and finished up the basic structure of the level, and as you can see, running off doesn't work. I was actually kind of surprised to see that just jumping straight over the pipe did work. But maybe that's a property of the weird mushroom that I picked up there. So, check it out. The bottom path, really easy. Short and sweet. But I need to still make sure that the top path is possible. And I'm going to do that by going as Small Mario. I was going to try to run off again. That still doesn't work. No, the key here is the takeoff point. And as you can see, the takeoff point was right where the coins ended. It's almost like I planned it that way. Oh wait, I did. And that does it. Knowing that, well, just one thing to point out. If you're going to play this stage, you'll probably want to crouch jump if you go up there as Big Mario. I think you'll be fine if you're Small Mario. But that basically wraps up the first stage. This is going to be called Tricks of the Trade. I will put the course ID number in the description here. And I tweet out whenever I make a new level that I enjoy enough to upload at King Effing Frost. And maybe I'll make some more videos like this in the future if I get a chance. Anyway, Super Mario Maker, really fun.